Hi, welcome back, and this is still Crossfire with Dakwani Shoma, and we have this gentleman here. We have Gafaro Bruhaima, and then we have Larry Jaula, and we've been discussing about government and governance, and what we're looking at this morning is Buhari administration, which way forward. Yesterday, something very dramatic happened in the upper chamber, and people are getting worried. What exactly is characterized with the activities of the political parties that we have probably voted for or not vote for? The APC senators clash over principal positions. This happened yesterday. The crisis rocking the All Progressive Congress over the struggle for the leadership of the National Assembly continued yesterday, as attempt by senators to finally settle their differences through zoning of offices ended in a very bad situation. At yesterday's sitting, the senator could not agree on the modalities for sharing outstanding principal positions in the upper chamber. Trouble started when, at a closed-door session held by the APC caucus, Senator Bukola Saraki told the senators that each zonal caucus should meet and present their choices for the offices. Senator Sulaiman Onkuyi from Kaduna North rejected the suggestion, insisting that the party will bring the names of the officers. This angered other senators who say no to party. Say no to party should determine the choice of principal members of this Senate. Now, my question is this: I thought that the birth of APC and the way we started long away before the elections was going to entrench what I call party supremacy, as it were, was going to bring about, a forum where things will be well discussed and then agreement will be reached and then the best decision will be tabled. I mean, that was what I thought, we're going to have, going forward. Now, before I ask my next question, what is your perception of this, of the APC? The APC, became a party that everybody believed in so much, and we voted en masse to put them, to bring about the change that Nigerians most anticipated for. Even though we're not seeing the changes. But let me say this. What exactly is your perception of the political party APC?
Thank you very much. If the APC doesn't go back to the drawing board in the next 100 days to really address their unity and their supremacy, their number, which amounts to democracy and supremacy, the APC will disintegrate. Not PDP will rise, but there will be another association of smaller parties together, and they will take power.
Either party of unity or that of like mind. Either party of unity or that of like mind.
This current government might not last 4 years the way we are as it is today, because suddenly the owners, the principals of the players in APC have lost it. The coup that happened, where he brought out the Senate President, Deputy Senate President, the Speaker, is a monumental coup that beats all imagination. When you have higher number of senators, higher number of House of Representatives, and yet you cannot enforce your own executives or your own principal, it's a serious concern. I pray that the APC will go back to the drawing board and really go to strategize, because if not, nothing will work. Nothing works where you have to do plea bargain. It works when there is supremacy. And then you laud people that you think will do the job. And if you don't perform in 4 years, they'll take you out. But if you under that 4 years, you still cannot do anything, it's a challenge.
Let's take your call.
Okay, I'll tell you what. The biggest blunder that ever happened to APC was on the 9th of June, when the National Assembly elections was held. And of course, how can you, on the day of an election, very important election that will determine the fate of your party and your leadership, invite now? It was that same day that the members of APC were invited for a meeting. And of course, they lost it. And the now Senate leader, Bukola Saraki, took advantage of that because he had been PDP before. He just lobbied his ex.
He's been the chairman of the Governors Forum, and he's been a senator, he's been in the House.
He knows the onion.
Exactly.
So he knows what he wants to do because he had an ambition. So he got it. So see, ever since then, if you notice, APC has not been same again. So I'm looking at President Muhammadu Buhari now to call these people together and call them to order. If not, it's like an ill wind that blows no one no good. It's just going to sit on the keg of gunpowder, because as a leader, you need the Senate.
But we have a president who is not a
effectively,
politician.
you need people who can buy into your dream or your vision.
I think he has learned politics. I seem to not agree with you that he's not a politician.
Yeah.
He's been around. This is the first, his fourth time of running for this in the history of Nigeria for the very first time. I mean, let me quickly do a build-up for you. Maybe you agree or disagree with me. It really doesn't count. It's just your opinion and you're entitled to it. Now, my concern is this. In 1989, we brought in a man who was not prepared for governance. And he was there for 8 years. In 2003, we did the same thing. A governor who has served 8 years, in Kaduna, you brought him and you put him, and eventually, blessed memory, Yadua had to go. And then eventually we have the most unprepared human being in the history of Nigerian democracy who eventually was introduced into governance. And then we have the rottenness that we have today in our country. And for the very first time, we have a man who has lost an ambition, and he kept on contesting, every 4 years for this position until he became the president. You would have expected that this man, ever since, has been living with an ideology, that if eventually I find my way into the corridor of leading this country again, I will right all the wrongs. I will get things done. This is not a time.
That's what he wants to do.
Deal with.
That's what he wants to do.
On what he said.
That is what he wants to do.
On what Mr. Brahma said on the issue of not being a politician. Yeah. If you look at the Nigerian context of who a politician is largely is a manipulator. Someone who takes advantages of other people's weaknesses.
I'm not a politician, but I politic. Politicking is in every man's blood. It's about negotiation. It's about coming to agreement.
Nigeria's kind of politics is different from what you have in the UK.
Do you know that this would never have happened if it was somebody like Obasanjo? He would have had a weak side.
Yes.
He would have perceived what was possibly going to happen and curtailed this. You cannot have a majority and suddenly you are made to negotiate.
I would have expected Jagaban to play this politics for him.
But for the first time, he lost his guard.
Yes.
He lost his guard.
But on this issue of sharing, principal, leaders in the house. Now let's look at.
It's for fairness. I agree with it totally.
Look at
Where's
Bukola
party
Saraki's
discipline?
position and the APC. Yeah. Who do you think should be responsible for picking? Should it be the party or should it be the Senate?
It should have been the party.
It should have been the party.
And the party
is the one that you started up to vote. It's the party.
So the issue is, why are the other senators now angered?
Let me tell you something. What worked against the
why
people?
Why are the other senators angered?
They should be angered because the selection of the Speaker of the House of Representatives was not done on that premise.
It was done on the premise of minority
and majority leaders in the
49
House.
Plus.
How come you want to select other leaders in the for these positions now, and you want to go to zoning?
Why don't you just
wrong?
What? I mean,
yes, because
they didn't use that method to put Bukola there. So why is Bukola coming back to that same method?
Do the same thing. Tamboale did it and he got away with it. And if you continue to do that, what kind of democracy are we
now the truth is, in order to preserve our democracy and also to enforce discipline in the party and for our leadership also, even at the state level, what kind of punishment do you think should be meted out to Bukola Saraki?
No, we're not even talking about that.
There's no
punishment. Our democracy.
Democracy, really, you can't punish anybody because it's a thing of you take chances when you see an opportunity.
Exactly, when you see one.
It's been done. What they should do, APC, is go back to the drawing board. Honestly, if not, they will probably not be there in another 4 years. Even the president, if the housing and budget is too much, might have to step down in the next 4 years if care is not taken. If you can't take the pressure.
Well, age-wise.
Because he might have to. And we're already hearing those sort of things.
On his side.
And where does that leave Nigeria if a president steps down? If the pressure is so much. He was to enjoy his presidency because of majority. Exactly. Suddenly this majority has been compromised because of the negligence and the relaxation of the APC.
Okay, please.
Now, constitution-wise.
Let's look at it from this angle.
Okay.
The people who are suffering, who are feeling the pains, because most of these politicians don't go to the marketplaces. They don't go on the roads. They ride in their luxurious cars. They don't know what we
They don't know what we
So
what
the
we go
people
through.
wanted change, but the leaders who knows where the money is and are taking the money in their pocket don't want the change.
All right, Larry, please hold on. We'll have a caller. Good morning, Cyril.
Yeah, good morning, Dr. Nisioma.
Good
Good to
morning,
have
sir.
you on the
rest
show,
of the
sir.
panel.
Welcome.
Yeah, it's wonderful listening to you. Just a few quick ones.
All right, sir.
First, listening to Isioma, she said Buhari is not the typical politician. Do you know what it takes to organize a coup? You don't just get up and organize
it takes
a
a
coup.
lot
Yeah.
of
Man
politicking.
organized the coup. And so to say that he's not into wheeling and dealing, I don't think that assumption is right.
Okay.
That's the first thing I want to say.
All right.
Okay.
The second thing I want to say is in every election, you find that the spin doctors try to create a mythical figure different from the real figure. It happens worldwide. And when the real figure finally wins and comes in, he or she tries to bridge the gap between that mythical character that has been created and sold to the populace and the real individual. Now, how how astute you are as a politician will determine how quickly you are able to bridge this gap. And this is part of the crisis we're seeing here. Now, in Nigeria, my perception is that Buhari as an individual had an agenda. Now, Nigerians also had their own agenda. Now, a mythical character was created. At the end of the day, Nigerians are forcing an agenda on Buhari that is totally different from his own agenda. And he is finding it difficult waking up to perform vis-a-vis the agenda that Nigerians have foisted on him. That is the second observation I want to make.
All right.
The third observation I want to make is, at least by the time Buhari was a ruler in this country, I have had my first daughter. I was already working. So I was not a kid. I was a graduate. Now the reality is, I keep hearing about antecedents. I don't know where people bring those antecedents from. It is a fact. There are so many facts about Buhari that people have conveniently ignored. It is a fact that this man made laws that he himself broke. This is true. But then the spin doctors, of course, will want to downplay this. And these cracks are beginning to show up. Now, this man was in PTF. How many people asked how he ran PTF? What happened in PTF? How many did? How many are willing to accept the fact that there were some asset forfeitures regarding certain steps he took after he left PTF? Nobody talks about this thing.
All right.
Because we are all eager for change. And we have gone on and foisted our own agenda on him. And we find that the man is struggling.
All right,
and
sir. All right, thank you so
Thank
very
you so
much.
much, Mr. Siri. But the truth is,
yeah.
you know, in addition to what he said, negating what he said to a level, I think the agenda of President Muhammadu Buhari is synonymous with that of Nigerians. Nigerians want change, and he also wants to change the nation positively.
All right, let's take this call.
So I do not say a conspiracy.
Let's take this call quickly.
Okay.
Alex, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Dr. Anishoma.
Good morning. Welcome to Crossfire.
Good morning, Larry and Brima.
Very good morning.
morning.
Yeah, the studio is really on fire this morning with the presence of the two guests. Let me start like this.
Okay.
Nigerians are actually here for a change. Our fortunately is very good food with the take down, appear smoking. Manifesting sign of selling down. That is, I'm talking of APC now as a party. Then, I want to ask this question again. Is APC as a party not ready to give leadership to this country? And then if they are not in a position to give the right leadership, that places Buhari in a very pitiable position. And of course, that set agenda already for other parties and the PDP towards 2019. So in essence, it's like the campaigns have already started. And again, let me start by saying I'm an antagonist of the first 100 days in office. Because to me, it's not enough to periscope and draw conclusions concerning
a government.
That is, I'm reacting to what one of the guests said. By 100 days, if the APC is not performing, so it is like they are laying the foundation for their failure already. So I'm an antagonist to that position because, like a proverb says, 100 days are not enough just to measure achievement in life.
Okay.
The second, thirdly, there is something that is becoming interesting in the whole scenario. Is Buhari as a person proving incapable of acting corruption headlong and saying that, look, U.S. will come and help us fight our corruption? That seems to me childish. The organs are already in place. The SEC is there, the EPC is there, and then there are some organs in the paramilitary and social police and then
let's wrap it
that
up.
are supposed to at least confront corruption too. Why are they lying on the U.S. now? So, I mean,
thank you so much, Alex.
To tidy their house and then sit down and give us leadership.
Okay.
That is my little take.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so very much.
Thank you.
And on this note, we'll quickly progress on a short break. And then when we come back, we'll still be here with Larry and Brian. We'll still be talking about government and governance. We'll be right back. All right, we're back, and this is still Crossfire with Dakwa Anishoma. I promised, I thought everything was just going to go so smooth, you know, and it's getting really very hot in the studio. Larry and Brian are still very much here, and we're talking about the Buhari administration, which way forward. Now, this is the question, Larry. Which way forward? What do you think we need to start, you know, tying together to clear the way for whatever Buhari has in mind to do for Nigerians?
I think we're starting on a very wrong note because I've never seen, it's only in Nigeria that everything seems like normal. I've never seen a country whereby we have a Senate president who is in the majority and a deputy Senate president who is in the opposition party. I mean, it's very strange to me. Democracy-wise, it's strange to me. And of course, it's about time that we have the people of this country have to wake up, rise up, and keep the government on their toes for them to be able to deliver on their election promises. If not, we are not going to get the best out of this, and of course, we are still going back to the way it used to be.
All right, let's quickly take this call before we go on. Mohammed, good morning.
Hello, Doctor. Good morning.
Good morning. Nice to have you on the show.
Yeah, Ishoma, good morning.
Good morning, sir. Welcome.
Yeah, good morning, our guests in the studio.
Good morning.
Yeah, I want to start by saying Bukola Saraki wants to put this country or APC in the chaos. He has had his way already by getting the Senate president through the back door or through the window. So why not allow the party at least to have their own way too? Okay, now you want to tell me that APC does not have any relevance at all? At least they brought them. They brought the so-called Bukola Saraki, the president, to the district. You understand? So I don't see the reason why Bukola Saraki will now say let them go back to the and they should not allow the party to have its way. This is uncalled for. This is wrong. At least he has had his way. Allow the party bring their own this because the sole problem we are having now is Bukola Saraki. Let's be sincere to ourselves. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so very much. You know, a house that is divided against itself, it cannot stand. I mean, on that note, let's go on your analysis.
Yeah, so what we're going to have to do now, I think the president has to sit tight, call all the principal members of the APC together. Look, guys, all eyes are on horse. You guys have to get your acts right or we lose it. call the Senate president to order. Look, are you going to work for the interest of the party and the interest of the people?
Now, Larry, let me quickly remind you. Let me quickly remind you. He is for everybody and is for nobody. President Muhammadu Buhari today is the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He's not the president of the APC as a party.
Exactly.
So if we have aggrieved, camps
Senators
or groups,
but the party produced him. So you can't rule that fact out.
No,
yes,
he's emergent. It's not the party.
No.
It's a coup.
He came through a primary.
Oh, you mean the president?
Okay, he's talking about the president.
So what I'm saying is, he needs to. It's about time he needs to call the Senate president. Look, guy, we need to work. We need to go.
We have jobs to do.
Plan.
Yeah.
We've got jobs to do. Forget about GC committees. Forget about principal officers. It's about time that the party should pick whoever they think will do the work, and let's work together for the good of the people.
Nobody can be like Buhari. And so do not let us pretend that everybody will have the integrity and the sincerity that we saw. So people will always have different agendas. That's how God created us, free will. And because of that free will, Judas Iscariot, the likes of them, Shakespeare, SEG2, Brutus, and the rest of them, they have their own different agendas. However, we can have a major path and said, look, regardless of our different agendas, this is the way we want to go. And that was the big banner which they brought, change. We all keyed into it. Now, my advice to the presidency is that he does not need a rocket scientist to do fiscal policies. Remove fuel subsidies today. Nigeria will not. I bought fuel like 4 weeks ago for 500 naira a liter.
Oh, yes, I did.
Now, if you remove fuel subsidy temporarily, maybe 150 naira per liter, but eventually we will arrive at a supply and demand
major marketers who are still selling up till today at 87.
But the issue of removing fuel subsidy, the thing is...
I'm not going to analyze one aspect of it. I'm just listing the things that you can do to bring about the so-called desired change. That fuel subsidy will bring about succor to the man on the street eventually. Right now, the mega cabal in the oil and gas are still the one making money by you paying them subsidy for what they don't have to pay subsidy for.
But what's your opinion? People are saying, get the refineries working.
It cannot be done. Our refineries rhetoric.
The NNPC has come out to say
broken down. Don't let me be fooled by the refineries going to work.
No, but refinery
is not going to come up. I mean, the oil and gas is not going to come up.
It's not going to come up.
They probably meant the local refinery. Not in any way. Those refineries are obsolete. Nobody uses those refineries anymore. The cost of running those refineries alone is more than the cost of the money we are going to get from whatever is refined from it. Those refineries are obsolete.
My heart is cutting. Excuse me. No, don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that.
Do not let us be fooled. No refinery is going to work.
So is it that
it did not work for the last 16 years?
All right, let's start
PDP did not do refinery. Why will the Buhari do it in 100 days? PDP did not do refineries in 16 years. Why would they not suddenly do refinery? It will not work.
Let's take your final.
They are fully the nation by the refinery is going to work. It's bullshit. It should not happen. You cannot do that.
All right, just hold on.
There's been a rot in this system, entire system.
All right.
It will take Jesus Christ to fix everything.
My God.
But if he can sit down, sit tight, call his people together, look, we
need to understand his economy.
And I only want to spend one time, and I want to get it right.
Okay.
If he sits down with his people and say, okay,
this is my target.
This is my target.
I want to make sure Nigeria have electricity.
Listen, if you can fix corruption in Nigeria, everything will
good to go. Okay. What about you, Brian?
Yes,
because we have just a minute.
I agree with him. Yeah. Let him fix corruption. Okay. Let him set the leadership that we all look forward to. Okay. Because he can replicate every Buhari in every office, in every market, in every... What I mean by replicating is let me show integrity to my staff. Yeah. In the church, let the pastor show integrity. Communication. The imam to show integrity. Small by small, there will be
it will go into the family.
Everything by default. And then things will take shape. But that there's going to be one big stick one, it's not going to happen.
All right. Thank you so very much, everyone who have been a part of our show today. Very interesting talking to Larry Ijaola. And at the same time, talking to Gafar Brahima. We definitely will be bringing these gentlemen back. I don't know what time, but we'll be bringing them back because we have important things, to discuss with them. Mm-hmm. We'll be back tomorrow with another very interesting episode, and you don't want to go nowhere. Join us.
God bless you, and say no to violence.
Thank you.